Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review of the new Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I am so excited about this foundation. I can't even tell you. I've already used it a couple times and it was beautiful. And if you have oily skin out there, I think you're gonna love this. For those of you that don't know, Nars actually came out with a Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and I want to say this came out definitely last year, if not the year before maybe. But this concealer is beautiful. People with dry skin love it. People with oily skin love it. Obviously, I love it. Mine is in the shade Canal Light 2.75. And this is just a beautiful concealer. It's not too thick. It's great for concealing things around the face or your under eyes as well. And I think Nars had a really great idea to come out with a matching foundation. Anyways, if you want to see how this foundation performs and my thoughts on it, just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I have already prepped my skin, and for moisturizer I use the Tatcha water cream, which I always use and I love it. And for primer I use my Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer, which again is a favorite. I've also already done my brows, and for brow products I used my Glossier Brow Flick, which is great. This is in the shade, where is it? Black. It's not really black. And then I used my Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade number 6. And lastly, I also used my Glossier Boy Brow in the shade Brown. Okay, and my skin right now is not happy with me. I had a brain fart, and I got Tazorac cream from my dermatologist a couple years ago, and this stuff is really strong. If you don't know what it is, it's prescription, but yeah, it's super strong. And I used it 3 nights in a row. And I just should not have done that. Skin has just really been really sensitive and red and irritated. So you will get to see the coverage of this foundation. So I am in the shade Punjab Medium 1. And I'm gonna apply half with my Beauty Blender and half with a brush. And the brush I'm going to be using is the Morphe G6, which I really like. It's just a flat brush. It's not too big. I feel like you get really precise application with it, and you get pretty full coverage with it as well because it's nice and dense. So anyways, let's get started. Also, I just want to mention that I love this packaging. It's a squeezy tube, but it's hard, you know, like the plastic is firm, so it's not your typical like squishy squeezy tube. And of course it has like Nars typical frosty rubbery packaging, so I just really like it. I feel like this would be really good to travel with, and it just feels good in your hand, you know. I'm gonna pour a little bit out on the back of my hand, and this foundation is pretty runny, as you can see. I normally associate runny foundations with like more of a light coverage, but I will show you. I actually used this a couple days ago and it was beautiful. So I also feel like when I see a runny foundation, I automatically think it's going to be more of a like dewy finish, but this foundation lives up to its name. It's definitely like a beautiful soft matte, which I love because my skin is oily. But like, look at that coverage. That just like covered everything. It's such a beautiful finish too. It's matte, which I like, but it doesn't accentuate any dryness that I have on my skin, which I do because of that Tazorac cream. And it feels so lightweight. It's insane how light it feels. And covered up pretty much all the redness on my forehead as well. It actually reminds me a lot of the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation, if you remember that one. That one has crazy coverage, but that foundation feels heavy on the skin, and it definitely looks like you're wearing foundation. This foundation has amazing coverage, but it doesn't feel heavy. It feels super light, and it doesn't look super heavy either. So there's one side with the Beauty Blender. And now let's go in with the Brunch. I feel like I go between two shades in Nars foundations. Punjab, obviously, which is what I'm using, and also Fiji, which is, I think, one shade lighter. And I love that Nars are really consistent with their foundation names. Like, if you use Punjab in this foundation, you'll be Punjab in their other foundations as well. So I love that consistency with Nars. You never have to wonder what shade you're in. And that is the other side with the brush. Now because it's kind of a liquidy consistency, I was a little worried that with a brush you'd be able to see brush strokes on my skin, but you totally can't. Also, I frequently go in, as you can see, with like a more patting motion, and that helps to prevent those brush strokes as well. And I would say the foundation is also very buildable. And I feel like I pretty much get the same amount of coverage from both sides. Again, it's pretty full coverage, whether you use a beauty blender or a brush. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. I didn't even tell you what the claims were. So this is how Nars describes their foundation. It says, it's a new take on matte, comfortable 16-hour wear, full natural looking coverage, transfer proof and shine proof. I love that description. Just short and to the point. Thank you, Nars. And I would totally agree with that. It's definitely full coverage. It's natural looking. It's matte, but it's again like a soft matte. It's not like a super drying matte. I don't know about the shine proof and transfer proof claims yet. I haven't actually used it all day, but I feel like it will be transfer proof and shine proof. This foundation, like, it's still just a smidge tacky, but it totally dries down after a few minutes and it feels like totally dry. I always powder my face no matter how matte the foundation says it is. But with this foundation, it dries down so nicely that I almost feel like I don't need powder. And I think if you had normal skin, you would definitely not need powder with this. Also, I think if you had dry skin, you might like this too, because I definitely have dry patches on my skin from where it's just like irritated from that medication that I was using. But it's not accentuating any of those dry patches at all. And like I said, it feels really light. It looks light. I think if you had dry skin, you would even like this. I think I saw Kathleen Light's review this foundation. Did she review it? I feel like I've seen people with dry skin review it and they really like it. I would say for oily skin, this is a total winner. So I'm so excited about this. I haven't been this excited about a foundation in a really long time, but I think this is going to be a new favorite. So super excited about that. So I am going to go do the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I have finished my look for my eye look today. I went in with my beautiful Natasha Denona Metropolis palette, and this look will be up soon, so keep your eye out for that. I am also wearing these velour lashes in Short and Sweet. This is the Effortless Lashes range. I don't know why I'm showing you an empty box, but I love these lashes. If you feel like lashes look too dramatic on you and it's hard to find a good pair of lashes that actually like fit your eyes and don't look ridiculous, I think this Effortless Lashes range is the way to go. So the rest of my face, I used my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer as always in 20B. And then I did apply a little bit of powder because, like I said, I'm oily and I need the powder in my life. So I just used a little bit of this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. I have the shade Fair one, and this powder is super light and beautiful, and I honestly didn't go in with a ton. So, but I did use that powder. And then for my bronzer and contour, Kevyn Aucoin Medium Sculpting Powder. And then I went in with my Marc Jacobs Tan-Tastic Bronzer in Omega Bronze. Blush. For blush, I used this Bare Minerals Gen Nude. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Gen Nude blush in the shade Bellini Brunch. And this is such a beautiful peachy blush. I love it. It's a go-to of mine. And then lastly, oh no, not lastly, I put a little bit of highlighter on. I used my Hourglass Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette. And I used this bronzy color right here, just a little bit on my nose and on my Cupid's bow. And then for lips, I lined my lips. I just filled them in with this ColourPop Lippy Pencil and BFF2. And then over top of that, I applied the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in Fairy Floss. And that's my entire look. So thank you guys so much for watching. As I've already said a million times, I'm like super excited for this foundation. I think if you have oily skin, you should absolutely try it out. At least, you know, get a sample at Sephora and see how you like it. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! So that is what my battery's gonna do. I don't have earrings on. My sister's gonna be mad. Bye, like I'm Southern, but I'm not.